Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Blade Fury Assassin in Chaos Sanctuary. This is my ladder character. It has a Plague in an Ethereal Surveyor, very high damage along with the other very useful stats like Deadly Strike and plus 2 all skills. Then a full Natalia set with perfect topazes for more magic find, also an Istrun in the weapon, and a Haylord's Wrath for plus 2 skills and Deadly Strike. Then a Nasal Ring, a Gold Wrap, a Raven Frost, a Laying on Hands, because this also greatly boosts our damage against demons along with the fire resist on it. Different magic find charms, trap skiller, skeets, resistance charms, life, shadow disciplines, resistances, torch, any, so the usual stuff. As for skills, 20 into Blade Sentinel, 20 into Blade Fury, 20 into Blade Shield, 20 into Claw Mastery to boost up our damage. You don't need as much, you can also go with more points into Venom, where I have 10 now, and I have 1 into Cloak of Shadows, 1 into Weapon Block. This build does also have 1 into Dragonflight, and no point into Death Sentry. I can swap out my Plague with a Chaos Rune Word, I also have that, and it has plus 2 to Death Sentry on it. I would have liked or even loved to have plus Death Sentry on this, but I looked on trading sites, etc. for a better base, and this is all that I could find, but maybe someday. Also for the Mercenary, Reaper's Toll, Curious Guardian, and Guardian Angel. This is more of a Travincal setup, but the Decrepify is really nice to break physical immunes. And for advanced stats, we have 255% magic find on it, 14% life storm hit, 40% mana storm hit, 30% damage reduced, 21 magic damage reduced, which is very nice in terms of survival. Almost maxed out resistances, 140 strength, 200 dex for more attack rating and damage, and the rest into vitality. So, with all that being out of the way, let's kill some demons and undeads. We have a CTA with Spirit in the second weapon slot, and we don't want to use Blade Shield right now because it will wear down the durability of your ethereal weapon, while Blade Sentinel and Blade Fury will not do so. So we can sometimes like teleport to the other side and just quickly traverse through the River of Flame. So there's a physical immune. Also, if you Dragonflight, your Mercenary will come to that spot. This is very nice. There we have the Decrepify proc, which breaks the physical immunity. Whoops, sorry. This should have gone better. I kinda misclicked there. But we got the Plague proc of low resist, which is also interesting. It doesn't help us that much because we're not really doing elemental damage. But it's nice to have. It also lowers poison resistance, and we have some poison damage from venom and stuff. So just use Dragonflight to get your Mercenary there. And for those Oblivion and Doom Knights, you can just use Blade Sentinel. It will do enough damage. Like as you see here. May come back to them and then kill them. Also Blade Sentinel is capable of doing critical damage, so Deadly Strike applies, which means the damage can be pretty good and pretty high. But as for those demons, again a physical immune, of course, if showing off their only physical immunes, I guess. But again, you don't have any difficulties with them. And the really good thing about this build with Natalia set is you just have so much survivability on top of your damage. I mean, you can also build this with a Fortitude, a Chi Phase, a Gore Riders, and have more damage. But if you are on players 1, you kind of don't need that, right? As you can see, we don't have any issues. You can even just Blade Sentinel through here. But Blade Sentinel does not leech mana or life, so make sure that you Blade Fury from time to time. I thought I clicked that. And if they line up like this is just perfect. We can stand there, press down our Blade Fury, and they will all die one after another. Blade Fury does not pierce, Blade Sentinel does. But Blade Sentinel has a next hit delay of 1 second. That means till it can do damage to the same target again, there has to be a 1 second delay in between, or 24 frames. But it's still good because you can use both. You can just like, let me rebuff here. You can just teleport in, Blade Sentinel, or just use one. What I like to do is use one Blade Sentinel and then Blade Fury, because Blade Sentinel also puts the monsters into hit recovery. So if they walk towards you, they get stopped in their tracks. Here's Lord of the Seas. And it's just like pretty chill. Don't have to worry about much. I can show the variation with Death Sentry after this run. And it might be even a bit faster. You can also put in hard points into Death Sentry. You can put less points into Venom, for example, or less points into Claw Mastery. I do recommend, if you want to max out Blade Fury though, to do 20 points Blade Fury, 20 points Blade Shield, 20 points Blade Sentinel. But other than that, I mean, pretty much good to go. You can do like 10 points, or like with plus skill 16 into Claw Mastery, which will bring you to 20% critical strike chance. After that, you kind of need a lot more points to get one more percentage of it. There you go, that was Diablo. And let's just do this again with a little bit of whirlwinding, with a little bit of Death Sentry, and see how it goes. The Chaos rune word I have, or the base, is not the best. I mean, Surveyor is nice, but like the roll is only 291% ED, which is pretty low. The upside though is that now we can use our Blade Shield. And we have Whirlwind, which is very fun. Whirlwind doesn't do like the most damage, and sometimes it kind of glitches your positioning a bit. It's a bit awkward or like strange in the movement behavior. But for the most part, it's just really fun. And the good thing is with the Chaos Rune, it has a lot of plus magic damage, which helps you against high physical resistance monsters. It applies to Blade Sentinel as well as to Blade Fury. Also, it has Frozen Orb on striking, as you can see here, which applies to Blade Fury. And just looks nice. Come on. That desyncing on DNet, man. Unearthed Wand! Oh my god, so close. This was unique. This would have been my first DWAP ever. Gosh damn it. Would have made for a nice highlight. I can't remember ever finding an Unearthed Wand that was rare even. I mean, those gotta be really rare. Like the base item itself. But yeah, it's pretty much, in terms of Blade Fury, almost the same damage. Because it is still very high, especially since we have plus magic damage on our rune word. Oh yeah, I wanted to do Death Sentry, right? So what you want to do is go up to the group and alternate between Blade Sentinel and Death Sentry. You can also do like Blade Sentinel 2 times Death Sentry and then Blade Sentinel again. Since Blade Sentinel has a 1 second delay, casting delay, you have a bit of time to do other stuff like casting your Death Sentry, for example. Again, we have a physical immune, of course, but this is not a problem together with our mercenary. So Blade Sentinel, Death Sentry, Death Sentry, Blade Sentinel. This group was very small. Let's do it here. And it might be a bit smoother and a bit faster to some to do it like this. Again, I would love to have a plague base with +3 to Death Sentry. I think that would be the best damage. I can also whirlwind into the monsters a bit. There's some Death Sentries, some Blade Sentinels, whirlwind into it. Blade Fury if I want, there's so many options. And I really like this variety of having a few different skills and just use what is best in a situation. Like if the monsters line up properly, maybe Blade Fury will kill them quicker. If it's a whole cluster of monsters, you want to do like Blade Sentinel, Death Sentry. If you have like this unique, you can just quickly Blade Fury them down. Or like go with Blade Sentinel, Death Sentry in one direction, and in the other you can use your Blade Fury skills. And then on these low HP monsters, I can whirlwind into them, like these ghosts. They don't have much HP. Maybe use a Blade Sentinel. Put down some Death Sentries. It's really fun. The curses here do annoy me, that's why I like to run Plague here. But then again, we don't have Death Sentry, that's what I want to show right now. Since, and I'm repeating myself here, the base does not have +3 to Death Sentry, unfortunately. But like, for example, if I'm farming Travincal, the Plague Runeword I have is better than the Chaos Runeword, because it's more single target damage. And for farming cows, I want the Chaos Runeword, or let's say I want the Death Sentry. I don't really need the Chaos Runeword, it's just for fun for me. Spiraled Helm, huh? Wait. Forgot the seal. But Diablo is pretty much the same. Can place some traps here. Yeah. Diablo would go significantly faster with like Chief Phase and Gore Riders and stuff, but again, you are safer with this build and going with like a high damage build, lacking a lot of resistances. You need to stack up on resistances more, like Fortitude, Chief Phase, maybe Aldous. I don't have Gore Riders yet. Steel Rend, and you're looking at very low resistances, so you have to make up for it with charms and stuff, and you have way less magic find, so there's a trade-off in there. But you can play it as you want, which is the beauty of it, and it has strengths and weaknesses either way. So that was it for the Chaos Sanctuary. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you play it, if you do, or if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'd love to answer them. And until the next video, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.